The following program contains language, images, and/or subject matter that may be objectionable to some viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
Direct from Albany, New York, it's time for the New Media Zone. With your hosts, Ed and Dave. Tonight, a look at this week's new film and DVD releases. And a chance to win free movie tickets with the poster pair name. And now your hosts, Ed and Dave.
Hello and welcome to the New Media Zone, and Dave here, and Dave with you in a brand new year,
Ooh, what year is it, Ed?
2021.
Oh,
It's going to be a good one. I was going to go back and look at our first show from last year and see what we were saying about and how long it took us to mention the COVID, which was coming.
and how I so awfully mocked it at the time,
Right.
which I feel bad about having done that.
Yeah, well, we didn't know how bad it was going. We did know it was bad, not how bad, and worse now as we tape this. But tonight we're going to do what we call a regular show, where we're going to mention what's going on with the movies. Are they coming out? Are they on demand? We're going to do some DVD releases, but only the good ones, or the ones we have fun with,
Okay,
especially since there's no releases anyway.
true.
About 3 movies came out last year. And then again, we're going to try and give away some movie tickets.
Tickets to go see nothing. You can't go anywhere.
We were open for what, 2 weeks here? in
Something like
Albany?
that. Now, where are they open elsewhere? Because some films are out.
They're in those special states where we open everything up and
Oh.
don't require masks or anything. I think that's where they were open
All right.
now. Drive-ins, too, down south,
Oh, okay.
I believe. So we'll be doing that. Also, we've noticed some things going on with the local news anchors.
Ooh, yes.
And you don't have to live in the Albany region to appreciate some of the wacky things that are going on. You probably have similar things going on in your news market.
Yeah, you know, I don't know if I don't want to interrupt you if you're going somewhere.
Oh, I'm not good. I took a breath.
But I wanted to mention something, and I'm very
Okay.
distraught.
Oh,
Very distraught.
is this a news-related
It
item?
is.
I think I know where this is going here.
Karen Terarachi is leaving. Well, she's going behind the scenes back to her previous employer.
That's where she came from. I guess.
Yes. I'm very upset. She'll no longer be on the air.
That's a shame.
I won't get to see Karen Terarachi anymore. But I guess good for her. If that's what she wants
If
to
that's
do.
a better job, I
suppose.
don't know.
But you know, there's others to take up the slack. You know, there's that Emily Burkhardt, and the new girl on the local 10, that Stephanie Rivas.
Oh, that's the redhead.
Yes.
Now, yeah, I want to mention her because she was on the primetime 11 p.m. news for about 2 weeks because there was
Yes.
a COVID problem over there.
Yes, there was.
And who was it that was?
I think it was Lydia.
Lydia Colbita had the COVID.
She had the COVID. Did she have the COVID, or was she just quarantined
I think
because
yes,
she had been possibly in contact with someone who had it?
that's what it was.
Okay.
Now, so what's her name?
Stephanie Rivas?
No, the one that's out on the maternity leave.
Not the Sabrina Dami?
I was going to say that. Trishna Begum.
Oh, Trishna Begum.
But do you watch 10 usually, or just whatever comes up?
I think I'm normally a 13 person, but I check around for the cutest ones, and that's
Okay.
where I go. Now that we got the Stephanie, I mean, they all got their cute ones.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got your Stephanie on 10, you've got your Emily on 13, and there's a couple of on 6 whose names escape me, but they're cute.
Yeah,
So I go where the cute ones are.
Yeah, I get confused with that Emily because I think there's another Emily that looks like she was hit by a brick wall. Not to. I want to put a disclaimer. She looks better now, but she had hair that looked like George Takei from the bridge. It was like a couple strands, or Barnabas, a couple strands coming over. Very. I'm not even sure that's her first name, but I think it is.
Okay.
Do you think it is?
I am focusing on the positives.
Oh, okay. Well, she got the better looking. There's a positive.
It's a positive? Okay.
But that's when they say Emily Burkhardt is coming up. I go, ooh, for a second. And then
I do that, but mine's a chill of excitement. Ooh!
Now, the guy who retired there.
Phil...
Was it Jim Cambridge? Or is that
Jim Cambrick.
Yeah.
There was another morning guy, Phil whatever. He retired a while ago. Jim Cambrick retired, and I believe it was because his wife got a job in New York City, so he decided he was going to retire and then just move down to New York City with her.
Okay. He was a good reporter, though, many years. Trishna Begum, now a lovely woman, but can't read the prompter worth a damn. Have you noticed this?
I've noticed a few stuttering on these the prompts. Yeah. Oh, by the way, let me also mention, I like the Mary Wilson, too.
Huh.
She's a Channel 10 cutie.
Channel 10, huh? I hope when Trishna comes back, maybe it was a maternity problem, but I hope when she comes back she can read the prompter. There's no periods, there's no pausing. It looks like she can't see it or something. Maybe it's too small. They got to make the print bigger. But it's you're not paying attention to what the news is. You're waiting for her to stumble over the next.
Well, maybe it was the pregnancy pushing on her bladder. And she just had to get this over with quick and get
I
off
hope
there.
so. That returns. There's a woman who's been on the news for years.
She's been local forever.
I swear she was there when we went over there for a high school class to look over the local news thing. I swear to God she was there.
Do you remember?
79.
She was in the play we went to see.
Yes. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Was it a Capitol Rep?
Yes.
And that's going back a long time. She's our local health reporter.
Right.
Yes.
Now, all of a sudden, the past couple of weeks, she's coming on as Dr. Benita's on. Now, she's a doctor like Dr. Smith was a doctor.
Oh, she has her doctorate. She has her PhD, and I believe it's in bioethics. But it's a lot of work to get that.
Yeah, but she didn't have to throw it up in every other commercial she's in. She's the doctor, all right.
I would say this.
We get it.
I would say this, though.
Yeah.
As a health reporter, which she has been for many, many years in our area, you might have gone with the doctor part then. I believe she's had it for a while.
Right.
I don't think this is a new thing. I think she's had this doctorate for a while. I could be wrong, but I think she has. But I think if you're a health reporter, throw the doctor in there. I don't think you should bring it up just all of a sudden now.
I think she got it during COVID.
You think?
She did an online doctorate class. I think that's what she did. Because I think she would have mentioned it before. She's getting damn near ready to retire, I would think. Her and that one on Channel 6.
Not Liz.
Liz Bishop.
She's been around since, what, the 70s?
Yeah. And by the time this airs, all the political stuff should be worked out right there.
I don't know. Who knows?
You don't have a lot of friends on Facebook.
I don't have hardly any. I don't even go on Facebook.
And I only have like 100 friends, people I actually know, not thousands and thousands of friends.
Well, I have like 14, and that's who I know.
Right. But during this political stuff, I have to unfollow a few people.
I have done that as well.
I didn't know some people that we worked with at Pier 1 were so dumb, Dave. What the hell happened? I think it's maybe because they're on their second and third marriage and they're picking up the political stuff from the
spouse?
The spouse. I think that's what we're going to... Because I just don't understand the people that are thinking this election... Well, we got this idiot telling people that the election was rigged, and then the people are believing it.
And as of this day,
right,
there's still there's plenty in the GOP who are urging the reversal of the vote and urging Pence to go along with them on this. So we'll see what plays out. And there was also a thing I read that an advisor of the current president says, "Hey, we can postpone the inauguration if we need to." So who's to see what's going to happen in this world? It's just it's a crazy, wacky world. It's a mad world.
It is very mad these days out there.
And one more thing I want to say.
Okay.
We need to do a new Christmas show. We need one more.
One more new Christmas show.
We always are going to show the old ones,
the
classic ones, which are fine. We need to make a new classic Christmas show.
We did a new one 2 years ago. We had Roman and Michael on the set.
Right.
But not since then.
Yeah, let's do one more.
Let's hope by this coming Christmas that we can have a few guests down with us.
Right.
And these people that are not wearing masks, and it's a hoax. And I wrote his name down, this Luke Ledlow guy. Have you seen this?
No.
He was elected to the House.
Oh, yes.
At the beginning of the month.
Yes.
And he didn't make it to the end of the month to be sworn in.
No.
And I go, oh, geez, that's terrible. And then I look, not that this is the reason, but he's a Republican.
Mm-hmm.
He's down south.
Mm-hmm.
You look through his Facebook page, hundreds of pictures posing with people, no masks in sight. And you only hope that he didn't pass it on to anybody down there.
Now, Ed, are you getting the vaccine?
I will get the vaccine. Why not?
I mean, you'd be the last person to get it.
Since
you never leave the house.
Right.
But you would get it.
Yeah, I have
so many people are saying they're not going to get it. They don't trust the government. I don't trust the government either.
Right.
Let me tell you something. They're wacky people. They're all crazy.
You know, when you don't trust the government, when you're dead from the virus, it's something that may help, so why not get it?
Right. I agree.
If you're, don't have any problems with it, I guess, younger people, we're not sure, kids yet, but to get it, what the hell?
All right, half the show is over.
Half the show is over. That's all right, because we have only a list of a few movies which are either coming, they think they're going to come to theaters. They're hopeful. And some are coming to on demand. March 5th, Coming to America.
Ooh, the second one.
Is
a sequel.
Yeah.
What was the first one, like 84?
87.
87? All right.
That's coming to Amazon Prime for you. If you have that, most people do, one way or the other.
Right.
They still think this James Bond movie is going to come out on April 2nd. That's when it was supposed to come out last year.
Oh.
I don't know what they're going to do with that.
How did that Wonder Woman 1984 do? Didn't it make some money in the theaters?
It did make some money there. Now, I got the HBO. I said, this is a big thing. This is a big release. I'm going to get the HBO. I get it on occasion, depending what's on. And then I'm going to download this HBO Max app here. So I can watch Wonder Woman on Christmas Day. Since our Christmas was canceled due to some COVID problems, I'm going to watch it. I didn't get that thing installed correctly till New Year's. You have to go to the website, put this code in, put that to get it on the TV, this and that. All that work and terrible reviews. And just not a great movie, Dave.
Oh, so you did see it?
I did see it. It's nice to see it at home, though. But they had an extra year to work on the horrible CGI effects of this cheetah villain, which is Kristen Wiig. It got no better than that Catwoman, Halle Berry. Do you remember the CGI
I do remember,
on that?
yes.
Crawling around, terrible, and it was very similar.
Oh, okay.
And then Steve Trevor comes back. They should have just had him come back as his son, like they did on the show.
Oh, right.
Lyle Wagner.
Yes.
The villain who was kind of like Trump, through flashbacks, it shows that his father beat him because he was wetting the bed. It was a horrible, horrible superhero movie. So, next up, though, Godzilla vs. Kong, supposedly coming to theaters May 21st and HBO Max.
A giant monkey?
A giant monkey. I don't think we're going to get to see it in the theater, though, Dave.
Oh, and I won't get to see it on HBO Max because I'm too cheap to get it.
I'll get it for a month. That's $15.
Okay, that's a movie ticket, right?
I know that Millie Bobby Brown is in it again. She was in that King of the Monsters, which you didn't seem to like too much.
Godzilla King of the Monsters. What was that?
Rodan was in that.
I hated that so much, I barely remember seeing it.
I thought that was kind of entertaining, that
Rodan.
one. Rodan. Oh, the three-headed monster,
The Hydra?
Ghidorah, or
Or whatever.
it is. Yeah.
Was there a flying turtle in that too?
No.
No?
Who's that?
Gamera?
Gamera.
Oh, Mothra, right?
Mothra was in there. Yeah.
No, I barely remember that movie.
Maybe you could watch it again.
I don't think I want to. Yeah, I did see that.
I think the Godzilla you liked in the theater. You saw it in the theater, and then when you saw it at home, you didn't like it as much.
I saw it in the theater. I remember saying, "Oh, that was good." So when it came out, available on TV or whatever, Netflix or whoever had it, I watched it, and I remember sitting there going, "I liked this." Because I didn't really like it that much. Although, having watched one of my favorite shows on Hulu, which no one likes, but I love it, Letterkenny. The guy who is the main character in Letterkenny, I went back and I realized, I believe he had like 2 lines in the Godzilla movie as a military dude, which is weird because he's 100% Canadian.
Huh.
But I had heard that he had tried to come do some film work in America. Got a few little parts, and then went and did his Letterkenny, and it's a huge smash, by the way.
What's Letterkenny about?
Letterkenny is
It's not a postal thing.
It's a Canadian show about hockey players, these drug addict kids they call the skids, and then the guys that just are on the farm. And it's just this weird show about, it's very graphic in their discussions. There's no nudity, but they talk rather risque.
Ooh.
And it's very fast, very fast, very fast. You got to watch you got to put the captions on to catch.
I think you said that.
To catch some of the stuff they say, because it goes by so fast. Even the captions don't always keep up with them.
Huh.
But I love that Letterkenny, season 9 on Hulu now.
Hulu. You have Hulu. What do you have in the downloads or whatever?
The Hulu, the Amazon, the Netflix.
Uh-huh.
That's what I got.
I did get Disney Plus just for The Mandalorian.
Oh, I got the Disney Plus too. I'm also having that.
Have you watched The Mandalorian?
I don't even know what that is. What's a Mandalorian?
That's
isn't that an instrument?
That's one of the bounty hunters, and of course, Baby Yoda is the big thing coming out of that.
Is it it's a Star Wars thing?
It's a Star Wars.
I'm not watching that.
You might enjoy it. It's only like 35 minutes
Yeah, that's too
an episode.
I don't find a lot on Disney Plus that I would watch.
No.
Although they do have some interesting Disney documentaries about the making of the Disney.
Yeah, as soon as I watch The Mandalorian, the Disney Plus is going out the door.
Aw. All right, what are we looking for here? New releases?
We got some DVD releases from the past few weeks.
Oh, look at that. Christmas at Dollywood.
How did you do with the Hallmark movies?
Well, I
this
don't have
year?
the Hallmark channel, Ed.
How did that happen?
Because I got rid of it. I downsized my cable to just the basics, where you get the locals and you get to pick 10 channels, of which Hallmark was not one of the choices.
Oh, no.
So I said, I'm willing to sacrifice.
Huh.
But I've watched plenty of fine, cheesy Hallmark-like films on the Netflix.
Yeah.
There is I don't know what network it's on, but there was a Christmas movie with Dolly Parton in it.
Yeah.
This year.
Uh-huh.
And it is
A Holly Dolly Christmas?
I don't know what it was called. I was watching it with a couple of folks, and they said to me, "We have to watch this. It is so bad, you will not believe how bad it is." And it was a complete train wreck. It's how awful that film is.
It wasn't Christmas at Dollywood.
No.
And
no.
apparently there was a sequel to this also, but it was not this one.
No.
No.
She plays like...
It wasn't she's in it.
Yeah, a little bit. She shows up every once in a while. She just sort of appears.
Oh, it's not the coat of many colors that tells her story, is it? Is that what it was?
I really don't know the name of it.
You watched the whole thing, though.
Most of it, but it was so bad with her bad singing and her appearance. Just she comes out of the blue and she's there, floating in the air. It's so awful.
Oh, jeez.
Awful. Someone.
Not up to the Hallmark Channel.
No, it makes Hallmark channels look like Oscar-worthy films. Home for Christmas. Oh, that looks like that's that Allison Sweeney, I believe.
Now, I said, how are they going to keep coming up with titles with Christmas in them? We add on to them. I'm sure they did a Home for Christmas movie at one time. This is time for you to come home for Christmas.
Right.
I guess that's how they're going to do it.
And the sequel, Hey You There, time for you to come home for Christmas. The Last Jest with Marty Feldman.
Now, this isn't something I would have watched in the 70s because I knew it was bad or it got bad reviews, but I'd like to see it now.
You know, I understand that Marty Feldman was aware of his weird eyes.
Right.
And he played off on that. But look at the camel.
Even his camel has the
Even
eyes.
the camel has his
And
weird...
Margaret has her regular eyes
Right.
there, I guess.
Oh, boy.
I think he died not too long after his last couple movies like this. I think there was this and another one where he was a priest or something.
Ooh. The Curse of Frankenstein. Now that's got to be Christopher Lee as the monster.
Right. This is the first Hammer film. And it has been showing up for years in horrible prints. But this is a beautiful new restored version here.
It's a 2-disc special edition, Ed. What would be on those 2 discs?
Apparently 3 different versions in different formats and letterboxing. I don't know why there were 3 different letterboxing styles back then, but they're all there for you, for your entertainment.
All right. Ooh, The Godfather Coda. What is that, Ed? What is the Coda?
This is the Godfather 3,
Mm-hmm.
hidden with the Coda name and re-edited to make it better.
Oh, was it bad?
It was not as good as the other 2. And apparently somebody that saw it said the main thing they did was cut off the final scene where Michael Corleone falls out of the chair in old age to the ground. Mainly that's about the only thing that changed
Okay.
in the Godfather Coda.
What is this, Ed?
This is Medicare in 30 minutes. Learn with Vern.
Well, you still have a few years for that yet.
Yeah, but I just like that a puppet here was going to teach you about Medicare, apparently. In only 30 minutes he was going to do it.
That's good of him. Because there's a lot of questions with Medicare.
There's a lot of questions. We got many years, but maybe we could get this DVD here.
There you go.
All right. We're going to get to the death segment now. We haven't...
So sad, Ed.
Sad when Dawn Wells, with the COVID at 82, and she had just posted a lovely Christmas video, which she apparently taped with her Halloween video, Thanksgiving video, and New Year's video. We got it all done at once. And she was in an assisted living home, and I have a feeling that's where she picked up the COVID.
Probably. And it's ironic, Ed, that Tina Louise is the only one left.
Right.
Because she hated that show
Mm-hmm.
and didn't show up, I think, in any of the subsequent reunion movies and all sorts of
There
things.
was The Rescue from Gilligan's Island.
She's the Michael Nesmith of the of the monkeys of Gilligan's Island.
Yeah. Michael Nesmith has left us, right, recently?
No, he's still around.
He's still around.
He had like
Who's left? It's Mickey.
Mickey and Mike.
That's it.
Peter had cancer, died
yes.
a year ago, and Davy a few years back had a massive coronary.
Oh, he should have been the last one to go. He was the youngest, right?
He was the youngest.
Charlie Pride, 86.
Yeah.
It's old, but he could have had a few more years left. They brought him on to the CMAs
Mm-hmm.
for his Lifetime Achievement
Is that where you're accusing where he got the COVID from?
I am not personally, but people were very mighty upset with the CMAs, who brought him on with not a lot of masks around, of course. You know, the CMAs, and he picked up the COVID and died a couple of weeks after receiving his Lifetime Achievement Award.
All right.
I guess they were going to wrap it up right there. Give him the award and check him out.
Right.
Right on the same stage. Jesus. That was he was very excited to get his COVID shot,
Oh.
which we were just talking about. Unfortunately, he did have the COVID. He was ready to get his shot, and he didn't make it.
Oh, that's very unfortunate.
He was a villain in a couple movies in the 80s. And did other things, but I'm not sure. But a couple movies.
Oh yes, I heard it. I remember that. It's been a while since we've done a show, isn't it?
It has.
Yes.
That was not too long ago, as we tape this. David Lander, Squiggy
Yep.
from Laverne. He's had MS for a while and
Yeah.
even hid it for 15 years.
Is it Lander or Landers? Is there an S on the end of his name?
I believe it's David L. Lander,
Okay.
but I'll check for air.
You could be correct there. I just wasn't sure.
And we have to mention, if the producer were with us, he used to like to go get a sub on his break from working at the post office.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a man who had very greasy hair and looked a little like Squiggy. And I would immediately walk out of the sub shop. But the producer, because Squiggy knew his order, he went in there every day and got his sub from what we called Squiggly.
Squiggly?
This guy who made the producer's sub.
Oh.
I hate to go in those sub places because you can see who's making your sub.
Right.
I'd rather go through the McDonald's drive-thru where you don't know what's going on in there.
Oh, okay. You want to be surprised.
Diane Thorne.
Why does this is where you and I have a disagreement.
What's that?
You like to put on the busty Diane Thorne, whose star was Ilsa She-Wolf of the SS, but you're not putting on Phyllis McGuire, who is one of the big singers with the McGuire sisters.
Yeah, I could have put her on. She was there.
You ignore the sports people like Paul Westphal and Floyd Little, but we get busty Diane Thorne, who is in a film I never heard of.
Oh, you remember Ilsa, Dave?
Do I?
The She-Wolf, and there was Ilsa. There was like 3 or 4 Ilsa films. We watched these in the 80s on VHS.
You did?
They were from the 70s.
I don't remember these.
I remember you commenting on a scene where somebody was requesting what we call, speaking of sports, a water sport.
Oh, no.
And you mentioned it on the show, but you don't remember the film here.
You'd think I'd remember the water sport.
Yeah, and she made a face of, disgust, but she had to do this. It was torture, I guess.
Was this a porn film? What is this?
No, it was, drive-in, a lot of nudity and things.
Well, of course, judging by that photo.
We're going to have to find one for you and have you rewatch it and see if you remember the joys of Ilsa.
I wonder if the Netflix has Ilsa She-Wolf.
I don't know. It's sad it's not on Blu-ray yet. This needs to be restored immediately. All right, that's the end of the desk.
It's the Poster Pairs game, folks, where you send an email with 2 numbers from 1 to 6. We select your entry, reveal what's behind those numbers, and if they match, you win 2 free movie tickets. And if you write Spin the Wheel, you can win up to 10 tickets.
I'll give it to you, and we'll see if we can give away some
And what am I supposed to do here?
Pick one.
Oh.
Pick a good one.
Yeah.
Boy, we're rusty.
Yes. Uh-oh, there's 2 here.
Not rusty from the Christmas Vacation we've seen many times.
You've seen it. David Matheson, 3 and 4. And Spin the Wheel. This could be exciting.
We kept all the entries in here because the producer wrote some of them out. I hope some of these people who we're playing the game with are still with us in this terrible time.
That's true. Oh, did not win. Sorry.
Did not match there.
Let's see. We got. Oh, there it is. Tales from the Crypt. Ooh, The Graduate. Jawas. Are you guys all right over there? There you go. Well, if you want to enter this fine contest, send us an email to, I don't even know anymore, mediazone95@gmail.com. That's mediazone95. Is that right? At gmail.com. Right, yep. 2 numbers from 1 to 6. And again, we select your entry. If they match, you win 2 free movie passes. If they don't match, well, you don't win.
All right. We will see you next time. Back to flashback time next week as we take a look at 1967 and all the films and songs and TV shows. We'll see you then.
The New Media Zone has been a Cable 2000 production.